everyone, so today we're going to be making an emoji value project. So this is going to be using some fun emojis, some op art or optical art, and shading with value to make our background look 3D. So the materials you'll need for this are a piece of paper and a pencil. Those are the only things you need for this. If you don't have a piece of paper and pencil at home, or if you want to do this digitally, there's a link to Sketchpad on Canvas, or you can use your own digital program that you like. So if you're doing this on paper, you'll need a piece of paper and a pencil. If you have, optional, if you have a black marker and any kind of colors, we want to use those as well. But if you don't, you can do all of this with a piece of paper and a pencil. Now, I'm going to be drawing with my black marker so you can see it on video. But if you are doing this at home, I'd like for you to start drawing with a pencil, because remember, we always draw light until we get it right. So start with a pencil, and then you can go over your pencil lines with black marker. I'm just doing it with the black marker so it shows up on the video better. So with your pencil, not your black marker, the first thing you're going to do is turn your paper portrait style, or up and down, so it's long ways, like hamburger style, I think this is. And you're just going to draw a really small dot. This is just a measuring dot. Kind of, if you find the middle of your paper and go down to the left, kind of somewhere over here. It doesn't have to be exactly where mine is. And I'm going to make mine big so you see it, but yours should be really small because it's just a measuring line. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw some emojis. Now, I think I've posted a picture of a bunch of different emojis on Canvas for inspiration, but you can use your favorite kind of emojis, or you could even do, any other kind of symbol or small drawing you'd like to include. You need to have at least 3 emojis or symbols, and you can have more than 3 if you want, and try to make them kind of different sizes. So here's my measuring dot. So anything really close to here needs to be really small, and anything kind of far away from the measuring dot will be really bigger. So here's my first one. That's gonna be an emoji. I think I might just do like maybe a heart, a really big heart, because it's really far away from the dot. And then I'm gonna do another one that's gonna be pretty small because it's really close to the dot. So that's 3, that's all you need to have, but you can do more if you want. And you can go ahead and draw in your emojis. So my heart, I'm just gonna kind of do a little light reflection. I think I'll make this one like the crying emoji, the laughing, crying one. Or maybe this one, since I have the heart up at the top, I'll make this one a heart eyes one. But again, you can do whatever emojis you want or symbols. So I'm gonna go ahead and color these in. If you have colors at home, this would be a great time to color. If you don't, you can use your pencil for shading. If you have 2 different kinds of colors at home, using like a marker or paint or something like that is great for your emojis. And then you can use a different kind of color for your background for the op art that we're going to get to in just a second. These tears will be blue. And then I'm going to make my emoji yellow. Now you'll see I'm using markers for my emojis because I have 2 different kinds of colors in the art room. And then I'm going to use these oil pastels for the background that we'll get to. So that's how you can see how we could use 2 different kinds of colors if you have that available to you at your house. But again, you could definitely be just kind of shading these emojis in with pencil if all you have at home is pencil or pens. Okay? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start on our op art, our optical illusion that's going to be the background. And this is going to fill up the whole page. So we're gonna make kind of like a spiral, and we're gonna start at our measuring dot that we made kind of here in the bottom left of our paper. So starting from that dot, I'm gonna draw a big curved line, a big arch. And then I'm just gonna kind of keep going with that, drawing these curved arches. You want to end on an even number. So I've got 2 spaces right here. I'm gonna go for like 8, but you could go for more or less, but make sure it is an even number. That's gonna help with the pattern we're gonna be doing. So I'm just continuing on that arch. If your arch line comes through your emoji, just make sure you don't cross over your emoji. So it looks like the emoji is on top of the background. And come all the way around. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I've got 8 spaces in my spiral that I've created. Now I'm gonna choose one spiral and I'm gonna make arched lines going all the way off the page. So I'm gonna start with the big one that's right here. And starting at the very top, I'm just making these kind of arched lines. Again, not going through my emoji, going behind my emoji, all the way off the page. Then I'm gonna start at the next one over, and I'm gonna make arches again, but I'm gonna go the opposite direction. So these arches kind of curve up, so these arches are gonna curve down. See that? So curving up, and the next one curves down. And then I'm gonna switch again. So this time they will curve up. This is how I'm starting to create kind of a pattern and an optical illusion. Curve down, going all the way around. Make sure your arches come all the way to the line. And curving up. And curving down. Curving up. And this is why we needed to have an even number, so that we don't end with 2 curved ups next to each other. So we just curved up again, so it works out perfectly because we had an even number of spaces. We had 8 spaces in total. And the last one. Okay, so now it's already starting to look like an optical illusion. You know, it's kind of looking a little wavy, a little crazy, which is great. And we're gonna use color and value to make that optical illusion, those waves, pop even more. Now there's loads of different ways you can do this. If you're using pencil, you can just kind of shade them in, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. If you're using colors, you can use whatever colors you want. You can color in the whole space, or you can do a pattern. I'm gonna do a pattern just for time's sake because it's a little faster, but you definitely can color in every space if you would like. So pick one color and start with one of your spiral spaces, and you're gonna start coloring them in pretty dark on the sides, so heavy pressure with your crayon or whatever you're using on the sides, and light pressure in the middle. See, we're creating some kind of value, dark value on the outside and light value in the middle. So you're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do every other space, I think. I didn't mean to do that there, just for time's sake. But you can color them all in if you would like. It looks really good if you color them all in. So dark on the outside, light in the middle. And I'm gonna skip one, dark on the outside, light in the middle. And I'm just making a light color by changing the pressure that I'm pushing down on my paper. So right now I'm pushing down really hard. I have high pressure. And for the middle, I'm pushing down really lightly. And we're using the, it's kind of like a version of hatching type of shading, but we're not picking up our pencil. So I guess it's a little closer to like mark making, like scribbles. And then you're gonna choose another color. And this time you're gonna do opposite color, the opposite sides that you did before. So I'm gonna color the middle one for everyone, I think. But this one's colored, so I'm gonna leave the next one blank and I'm gonna color the next one. So I'm switching sides. So this one's colored, so this one's white. Here's my next color. Again, dark on the outsides, light in the middle. Dark on the outsides, light in the middle. And again, white, colored. Colored, white, white, colored. Dark on the outsides, light in the middle. Skip one, dark on the outsides, light in the middle. Skip one, dark on the outsides, light in the middle. So I'm starting to create value with my shading, with my coloring. And you can see it's already starting to pop, look a little bit more 3D. And like I said, you could have colored in every single one. Just for time's sake, I'm kind of wanting to move along. So I'm gonna fast forward a bit, get all these colored in, and then I'm gonna show you the final project.